Alright, game 2 na tayo guys, game 2.
Still respected very much so by Brigatron Alpha.
ONIC versus BTR.
The red side this time, they ban out the Grok, so they noticed something was about this Grok in the first game, right? He was able to get so many good Guardian barriers, man. That oh my god, the wall was absolutely annoying, right? Let's just call it that, annoying for BTR. So they take it away. That's a solid engagement
Tinanggal na si
well
Grok.
off of the hands of Keyboy. So BTR now with the final ban. What do they want to go for? In the first game, they actually went for a very interesting ban here, right? Around here, what was it, Arashi?
The final ban for Brigatron Alpha, it was the
Faramis and Akai.
Yeah, the Faramis was also banned out though in the first game. So now with the Grok replacing that Faramis,
Mukhang Pinoy si Moreno eh, no? Pilipino kaya yan?
but it does have the impression that there's an impression right now.
Kulit mo, Moreno!
Because of the amount of sustain. So now it will be open, but I'm not sure if ONIC Esports will pick it up.
I don't think so. We saw it yesterday that the Faramis, I think the Faramis is still sitting at a 0% win rate currently in MPL-ID after the patch. But
Faramis.
the first pick for ONIC Esports, still opting to go for the Faramis first. Don't really want to give it over to BTR. But BTR, they definitely have an answer for this Faramis. That's why they left it open.
I mean, to be fair, the Faramis still is a really
Annoying.
good supporter,
Good support.
right? I mean, I guess the base damage was taken down, so he doesn't deal as much damage. But as a support, he's still able
And
to
the Call
deal
Alter.
at the utility as well.
I
think a little bit more.
HP was also nerfed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's the
very
issue.
easy, very squishy to really just melt down. If you go for something like a Claude, one Blazing Duet, not even a full duration Blazing Duet, will be able to wipe the
Ano kaya ang
Alter
2 picks
off
nila?
every
Signature
single
Hero
time.
Melissa,
Maybe they might go for
yan.
Lilia again. Good security, good lane clearing, good burst damage. Remember when the Cult Alter was still very, very powerful.
Si Marky yata ang unang gumamit ng Melissa sa MPL eh. Philippines ba or lahat na? Si ano yata, si Marky.
Runner-up of MPL PH Season 8, a runner-up of the M3 World Championship. So a man with a lot of accolades to his name, he can still perform very well here. Already showing up to CW. Remember, getting that early game solo kill. We'll just have to see if he can get ahead enough in the gold lane, especially when CW is
1-1
now
naman
on
sila.
that 1-1.
A whole lot of
1-1
signature picks, a whole lot of comfort picks as well, because that's the Joe picked up by Keyboy. I actually think that's his remarkable hero here in Season 10. He's found so much success on that hero.
Claude,
Fairness on the
magka-Claude
hands of
na kaya
Hero.
sila dito. Wala nang pumipik ng Bea, no? Wala na si Bea.
Hasn't found a whole lot of success. I think he's still sitting at a 0% win rate actually on the Faramis. It's usually Sans who plays a very, very aggressive Faramis.
Grabe yung kuko nito, tingnan nyo. Ang haba ng kuko po, ang hirap mag-email yan.
For this Faramis, we'll have to see what Drian can achieve. I wonder what kind of strategy
Naka-Qtix ba?
Are they gonna try and kite
Hindi.
back? Alright, use the cult also as a last resort.
Ang haba ng kuko niya, no?
Because right now,
Hindi ko kaya mag-email ng ganun, guys. Pag mahaba
If ONIC
kuko.
wants to play kiting away like that, then Lolito will be forced to actually force the engage. Well, we'll see how successful Key is in that endeavor.
You know, I'm not gonna be surprised if Brigatron goes for the exact same picks, just a little bit tweaked at this point, right? Lolita, Esme, and Lilia. It feels like a trend that Brigatron likes to go for when they go into these matches. They like to play and just tweak a little bit.
Ayun na nga, ang mga ate.
Once again, goes in for the Dyroth ban. They could opt for another Uranus here to take it away from the side of ONIC, but at this situation, I do believe that ONIC could ban out the Melissa, so that Keyboy can have maximum potential when it comes down to those pickoffs.
When it comes down to the pickoffs, you can see, I mean, both teams can opt for the Popo and Koopa as well if they want to aid in that crowd control department, and of course, the tower demolitions. But here it is head-to-head between the two mid laners, and Drian seems to have an advantage, but of course, Moreno, he has his own share of
Moreno.
as well.
Moreno daw, guys,
Because
Moreno.
in turn, Melissa gets banned out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good band coming up.
Kamukha ni Bianchi,
For ONIC
si
Esports
ate.
against BTR, because with their composition, it is shaping up to be kind of a dive comp, right? Melissa stops that in its tracks just with the go away. So BTR actually opted to go for the Bauman ban this time because they don't have a 1-1. Why they banned the Uranus in the first game was because they have a 1-1. 1-1 finds it very difficult to actually burst that Uranus down. And with this, ONIC Esports, I think they might just go for another ban towards Marky could work here, but a safer ban would be towards, there you go, yeah, the Amon, the jungler, right? Taking it away from
Mainit si ate.
putting him on a hero.
Yung pala, ganun, mainit siguro sa venue nila, no?
In terms of damage,
Ah,
you're
ganun
not really
eh.
going to be able to dash as
Puta,
much
may hangin ba ang
burst
kamay?
damage as the Amon.
As fast as well, right? It's not about amount,
Meron
it's
din
also
naman
about
onte.
speed. If Bigatron can get a hero that can output a lot of burst damage, we are seeing Bigatron push tempo and play fast games as well, especially when
Ang
Max is
init
doing
sa
well.
venue
So
eh, no?
limiting his potential heroes is going to be significant. But I wonder if ONIC Esports are going to go for the far side.
Lolita.
It's been so critical in that
Yan.
previous game, but with the Faramis, if Keyboy is
With
on
Cho.
the Cho, exactly. It depends if the Cho goes in the hands of Keyboy. If it's flexed around, there's a possibility that the far side will still come through here. So we'll just have to see what gold lane maybe that Bigatron will be using.
Your team is
Iritel.
But have actually opted to pick up the Iritel. So they're going to fight the heavy dive comp from ONIC Esports with more mobility this time in that gold lane. And ONIC Esports, honestly, sure, Farsa's great because of the buff, but with the dive comp, don't you think Julian is a better fit?
Julian in the jungle could still be picked up as well, right? For ONIC Esports right now. If they are actually looking for some crazy plays though, honestly, I'm thinking like Lancelot, Ling. Just go for something crazy here. You already have the Faramis, you have the Cho to help you with the pick-off game. Pick a solid frontliner in the XP lane, something like perhaps a Uranus here, or
The Jawhead.
Ooh, the Jawhead. We did see it yesterday. We'll see. I think an assassin and possibly a Lapu Lapu might be picked up, but no.
Last kage in ONIC Esports ang
Go for the
pucha.
Atlas. So Boots is gonna be on the Cho, and
Atlas
Kyrie is playing
Karina,
the
pucha.
Karina.
Ba't ganun lagi yung hero ni Boots, no? Parang laging lamang yung katapat niya, no? Pero magaling kasi si Boots
I
eh.
remember seeing Karina
Chu
in the
eh,
hands of
no?
Kyrie,
Chu
actually.
side.
This is the
Laban
first
sa
time
ESME.
in Season 10. Exactly, in Season 10 I mean. So, wow. I think that's, most people were not expecting this. So now they have a great mix of AoE, right? They have the Fatal Links. They
Barat
have
siguro maganda
a combo
dito.
coming in, the damage coming in from Julian
Barats
as
na
well,
siguro
the
to,
Faramis.
no?
So, we'll just have to see. And you can say that in a way, it seems like they lack a bit of damage,
Ling
but
Ling
the
pa
crowd
rin.
control game is
Okay.
on point. And into that crowd
Demon
control,
Slayer
if
kaya
you
ata
can
si
pick
ano?
that Ling,
O magme-mage.
interesting
Tingnan natin kung anong ano ni Kyrie dito ah. Kung magdi-Demon Slayer ba siya?
That was left open for him was either
Or
Link.
Mage.
Or Lancelot.
Mage Assassin.
Yeah.
This season he picked up the Lancelot.
Yeah.
So, three options.
Three, but you're right.
But
Like,
even then,
Feeling ko magme-mage yata ito
if
si
you go for the
Kyrie,
Julian,
no?
You have the enhanced sword to get out of the Fatal Links technically.
Kasi
but you
may Atlas
need
sa Kacho eh, na
mobility
tank
up
eh.
against this composition.
Tank build.
A very heavy lockdown composition, honestly, from the side of ONIC Esports. So much CC, just crazy amounts of CC, and it's a very solid draft for ONIC Esports. BTR though, with the Iritel and with the Esmeralda, they're going to look for that winning lane, and that's their win condition.
Right. The winning
Tingnan natin, tingnan natin,
There's
tingnan
some people
natin.
deciding the rotation pattern
Game
as well.
2.
But of course, we saw that for ONIC Esports, that mid lane has been so lethal, so aggressive. We'll just have to see if Bigatron can match it from the mid lane or from the side lanes.
Well, we're gonna jump into the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. ONIC
Hindi, Demon
Esports
Slayer.
need one
Tank
more
build din,
game
tank build.
to secure the upper bracket slot. The first
Pang
upper
ano, sure
bracket
objective
slot
pa rin talaga,
will
Karina.
be here for ONIC Esports.
Demon Slayer din yung Ling, oh.
They need to force a
Sasabay sa
third
Turtle.
game. They want to still go and make it competitive. In the
Papalag daw sa
bottom of the
Turtle.
standings.
Demon Slayer
talking
din.
about Force, you can see Marky opted for the Purify spell because of how much CC is in the composition of ONIC Esports, and that actually might be a problem later on.
Well, there you go. A little bit of a contest already early on. With the Wanderer secured by
Puchang sarap
Kyrie.
mabuli ng Iritel
And
dito.
Format
Hahabulin ni Kyrie,
going
Fury
to
lang eh.
have a tougher time in his jungle up against the Karina in terms of wave clear.
The clear defense is going to be the main issue here because Kyrie, well, they both have the Demon Slayer, but in that mid side, that's key, almost getting pulled back. The combo between the Atlas and the Faramis is going to be so scary to deal with later on. In the top side, though, you can see that with the Inspire, CW was able to make a play
ikutan siya
and get a bit of an advantage against Marky here, who's already used the Purify as well.
Ooh, he has to be careful though. Already some setups coming in from ONIC Esports trying to disrupt Max's farming pattern as well, and it's starting to show perhaps. We'll see what happens as it is still 20 seconds to the Lord. Both teams have a lot of time to set up as the emphasis right now is in that top side.
With the Cho and the XP lane, it really feels like it's like a throwback situation here because we've seen that we can see that the boots on the Cho will be able to be so proactive in trying to go for those big flanks.
Yeah, you can see as well in that top side, right? CW knows the risk of getting ganked in the gold lane. He knows that he is the losing lane currently for ONIC Esports, so he needs to play it very safe. Meanwhile, down below, Moreno has the
Uy!
gets the level up in
Ulti
time.
na, patay Lilia.
Away for now, but Boots jumps in with the help of Kyrie.
Set up. Uy, ang ganda ng ulti ng Paramis. Uy,
Uy,
TikTok! Pucha! Grabe naman yun. Patay pa yata si Ki.
No flicker available.
Ang lala, ang lala.
But BTR lose 3 members.
Ang lala na nangyari sa ng BTR.
Minute of the game.
And we can see here the talents prediction by Axe. Also very different though. I changed into ONIC. I think they have more things to play around with, like you can see on screen.
Thinking about that though, they tried different things, but ONIC Esports are still on top right now. And that crowd control.
Oh, 3-3 na. Oh, 3-3 niya si Max.
Again and again, Big Alpha tries to maneuver around a particular crowd control, but ONIC Esports comes back with another one. So right now, when it comes to those skirmishes,
Grabing daliri ni Kyrie. Nakita niya pumindot si Kyrie, guys. Ganun no, dalawa.
Try and match ONIC Esports with that damage output, the same way ONIC did in game number
Ganun siya
1.
pumindot.
Oh, CW is careful though. Keyboy
Itong dalawa.
is ready there. He goes over fatal lanes, giving out blast, hopped in. Keyboy gonna be stunned up there as far as he is able to get out with
Yung iba, ganun, di ba? Nakaganon. Ayan, oh.
Flicker out. BTR and ONIC Esports both disengaged, but BTR are able to win out in the
Mambilis ng
top
kamay,
side
guys.
skirmish. Meanwhile, Purple Buff contests for Max, going for the retry battle against Kyrie. And it is Max who actually wins out the retry battle because Kyrie was on cooldown.
Exactly. And now with that advantage, Bigatron, they are pressuring the gold lane immensely right here. Marky almost taking down that turret, and the fight seems to be breaking out a bit. But of course, with the Purify, they have ways, methods to outplay Keyboy's engage. So he needs to be a bit more unexpected, unpredictable with that fatal links.
You need to be thinking about this really well, right? I agree with you. Because of how Big Alpha have a lot of good disengages, they need to look for a way to perhaps bait the Purifies from coming down. Because from the side of ONIC Esports, they have a lot of CC, and when we're talking about CC, Keyboy actually gets taken down in a 4v1 situation.
That's unfortunate for him, man. We know this again and again. If the engage is too scary for you, maybe we can burst down the engage tool. So Big Alpha goes with the obvious counter. They take Keyboy out of the equation right here, and they have a bit of control, and they are so dominant in that gold lane. So CW in a bit of trouble, but of course in the late game, he will have the opportunity to try and make those big outplays happen.
Pucha, grabe pumundit si Kyrie, no? Gusto ko pag nakikita ko yung kamay niya sa camera.
Members of Big Alpha already ready for a fight.
Matry nga mamaya yung mga pindutang Kyrie. Kaya pa kaya ng daliri natin yun? Okay, nakaisa ang BTR dito. Uy! Puchang aga naman nun. Basag ba? Basag? Aga naman nun, Ki. Pero basag pa rin, basag pa rin. Okay lang. Ah, palaga. Magaling din ang BTR ah.
You can feel it actually start to build in terms of that map control as well. ONIC Esports, they need to wait for that one beautiful moment by Keyboy to be able to turn this back around, and this can happen, right? Because both teams are starting to group up as 5, looking for the neutral objective control, and that might just be what exactly he needs. But once again, Key does still have that disengage potential with his Numenon Blast, so it comes back down to the timing from both of these teams.
I think that Numenon Blast counter engage is a huge threat for ONIC Esports, because right now it seems like in pure skirmishes, Big Alpha definitely have the advantage, and ONIC Esports require a combo, some kind of like a perfect timing situation to try and get an advantage. Kyrie, as we can see from the item builds here, going for a tank build as well. So in the mid game, there's going to be a lot more power on the side of ONIC Esports, but of course, Big Alpha with an Arizal, with a Lilia and an Esmeralda, their mid game isn't that bad either.
Pretty solid again in terms of the itemization as well, right? I like.
Uulan na naman ata, kumukulog ah.
Building. He's going for just magic defense purely because he knows that he can soak in that physical damage.
Shoutout kay Napskali, maraming salamat sa stars. Okay, lamang ng 2,000 yung BTR sa mapa din. Basag na kasi yung mid, pati yung top.
He doesn't have to win the nature yet. And
Nagugutom ka na ba?
Lalabas na lang ako doon.
Burst
Baka
them down.
pumasok sa
Bottom
break-in.
side though.
Hindi
Boots
pa nga ako nakakaano.
able to actually defend this turret. It's
Kulang.
a
Magsayang
turret
ka
take
muna.
for BTR.
Ha?
Magsakin ka na.
But remember, on esports, they're used to be put in a position where they're behind, right? It only takes one moment, one mistake.
Basag na rin yung ano, lalamang na sa turtle to.
Around. So for Big
3K
Fun
na
Alpha,
lamang.
they need to keep it this way. They need to stay disciplined, stay on that
Okay,
pressure.
Boots.
And now, it's gonna be contest for the next turtle.
Falling Star Moon used, Sorizo zoning Kyrie away as Max goes
Uy!
in, but look at that.
Pucha,
Max
kala ko
still
maagaw
able to
pa eh.
find the retribution on to the turtle, securing this, the third and final turtle for Bigatron Alpha. 2-1 in terms of that neutral objective right now. BTR still grasping onto that gold lead.
Still maintaining a healthy lead, 3K right now. ONIC Esports are still trying to find ways to try and catch up, but overall, Bigatron Alpha, they're just way too scary. You can see that anyone who missed positions, there's just so much damage available for Bigatron Alpha to punish with. That is the main difference. They're playing how ONIC is playing in game number 1, and that will be Keyboy taken out yet again. The battle for vision and control. Bigatron Alpha is ruthless.
I mean, it's difficult, right? Because that's exactly what Keyboy was meant to do. He's meant to go and look and open vision.
Wag nyo
for
ano yun,
team
dito
opponents.
nagkukulit nga eh.
But every time he does that, he instantly gets punished by the damage coming in from Bigatron Alpha. And this is Marky on a purify, not on the battle spell like CW.
Right. So later on, when the fights get more sporadic, when there's more priority in taking out that gold lane, Marky will have an advantage over CW just because he has an extra get out of jail free card. For now though, consider damage dealt by X. Marky just unforgivingly dishing out again and again a lot of damage. And Sorizo,
Oi.
not far behind as the Lumen Blast gets charged up. And you can see here, fight is not gonna begin, I think.
Yeah, they're using that contest actually to convert and to translate over to an objective up top, where Marky has just been
Mahirap lang din sumetap kasi naka-Fury kasi yung ano, no?
Very curious to see just the individual
Si Marky pati yung Lilia.
on CW
Pucha,
on this
tasling
Irithel.
pa.
Because
Hirap
the way
ulihin
the
ni
game
Ling.
goes, it's gonna be
Mapapatay lang nila
on esports
si Ling
actually
pagka
before
nasipa
they
ni
play
Boots.
onto the Irithel. That Purify adds so much appeal for himself.
Medyo, tignan natin kung paano sila makakabawi
It's
dito.
going to be so solid as well, and we haven't seen a lot of crazy cult alter plays coming in from ONIC Esports, so it's a very
Oy, si Marky,
They're
gago.
preparing a trap here. It might just pay out.
Marky, gotta be careful, has the Purify, but look at it collapse right now.
Ulti.
Keyboy jumps in with the fatal lace. Marky's still able to
Gago,
fade out.
boy
He's
pa si
able to
Marky.
dash away. Kyrie
Patay,
goes
patay,
in
patay.
under the turret, finding the kill, but in the end, he will lose out on his life.
Apat
His
na
shot
wala.
called by ONIC to jump onto Marky, ends up with
Ang gigil
4
kasi kay
members
Marky.
getting taken down. BTR instantly convert onto the Lord.
Oh, Pilipino yan si Marky. Kampi ni Kyrie dati yan.
Weird collapse by ONIC Esports. They know that Marky is still
Masyadong malalim yung tower dive nila dun.
And the counter engage once again from Steve was the main reason because they couldn't have followed up onto anything after that happened. 4-0 trade, a floored already in the hands of Bigatron Alpha, and now a 6,000 gold lead. And we're gonna go into the instant replay.
Ang sakit ng tower kasi balang creeps.
Everyone going at the same time towards Marky, and finally,
Na-stun pa sila ng Lolita sa tower,
with a
pucha.
Purify, he's able to just buy so much time. And fighting under the tower when you're at a gold disadvantage against Bigatron Alpha, who has a lot of DPS, a lot of AoE as well. Not the right call. They trade 1 for 4 right there. That is very unfortunate. But you can
Makakaisa
see
yata
let's
sila
try
Marky,
things out.
ah.
We cannot win team fights.
Makakaisa
Let's try and make
yata.
sure that Marky gets taken out. It didn't pay off, but it shows that ONIC Esports, they're still, I don't know, trying to find a solution that works here, that can solve the problem they're facing, which is Bigatron Alpha and the insane amount of damage output they have in that composition.
How many times are they going to be able to do that though? Because at this rate, already 8,000 gold difference. It might be too difficult for ONIC Esports to turn this back around. The Lord already marching in that top side. Bigatron Alpha has really good siege potential, and we'll see the defense coming in from ONIC Esports.
Numenon Blast already popped in. Kyrie gonna be caught in the Numenon Blast. Still though, no more damage to follow it up. Base turrets taken low in the top side, but not much more. ONIC Esports still able to defend for now. First Lord value still very, very good for BTR as they are able to wipe the tier 2 turrets entirely from every single lane.
They're in a tough spot because now they lack the pickoff potential because both Moreno and Marky have to Purify. So it's just a very smart decision to go with that. It's a very clear counter to the Atlas. And without the possibility to pick them up, if they go for a front-to-back situation, they have the damage potential.
Yung 1-1 wala masyado nagagawa, no?
They both
Parang
essentially
pangit
do
na
a
yata
work
si 1-1 talaga
and
eh.
it's two different types
Shoutout
of
kay
damage.
John
On the
Chester,
side of
John
esports,
Chester Nunag
essentially,
Lopez.
their main DPS to
Maraming
CW,
salamat sa 2 years
there's not
ng
really
follow
a
mo.
lot of magical DPS
Thank you
coming
very
in.
much.
So they don't win in the short burst. They don't win in the prolonged drawn-out fights either. So ONIC Esports has no answer right now.
On screen, we saw Max on the lane, and currently he's actually 2 levels above Kyrie, so not a great place for Kyrie right now, as Bigatron Alpha once again with the map control, just really destroying ONIC Esports at this point, right? Because if they're relying heavily on the pickup potential coming in from Kyrie, we see time and time again that Numnon Blast being a really huge stone in his way.
You hear the sheesh coming in from the audience here. Great use of emotes. Get your emotes as well in the shop right now for a limited time. But you can see that Marky is finishing up his final item here.
Wala pa nababasag si ONIC dito, guys, ha?
As well as Max.
Sobrang one-sided ng early.
More and more difficult, but
Tignan
of
natin
course,
kung makakabawi
once
sila
they
Kyrie
are
dito.
out on the item difference, on the goal difference,
Medyo
ONIC Esports has a
mahirap,
chance to try and catch up. But of course,
Ganda
Bigatron, I
ng
think,
ginawa
has
ng
different
BTR
plans in
dito.
store for ONIC Esports.
No, for sure. You know, BTR are right now manipulating the waves pretty well, right? To set up for the objective take. With Kyrie being 1 level down, he is going to be put in a disadvantage in retry battles up against Max. But it's all going to come down to, again, setup. ONIC Esports needs to find a way for Kyrie to actually enter into that Lord Pit. Because if this continues to happen here, the zoning,
Uy.
no, Kyrie's going to be caught.
Uy,
Setup.
setup.
Blast as well popped in.
Stun,
He not
okay.
going to be using the flicker just yet. Cold Ultra placed in. ONIC Esports lose out on a very, very important resource.
Uy,
Right
conceal,
before
conceal,
fighting the
conceal,
Conceal
conceal,
play
conceal,
popped in.
setup.
They
Tatlo.
remember,
Patay si Ling,
Zamoreno.
gogo.
Wrap away with the black shoes. The damage comes through once again.
Gogo, kaso ubos yata sila kay Marky.
Volley's time will
Marky.
come over.
Gogo, sakit ni Marky.
Boots is able to find the way, the dragon off
Uy,
the Marky,
stun.
but he comes with the stun. Boots taken low.
Lord yata to, Lord. Walang Kyrie, 27 minutes. Ay, seconds.
They are able to get a 3 for
Hindi nila
1.
kinuha.
At least they're able to buy some time for ONIC
Lord na
Esports
sana,
as
no?
well before being able to
Hindi
get
ni Lord
back
ng
to
ano,
work.
ng Bigetron.
It's so
Lamang
difficult,
sila eh.
right? So 5v5, ONIC Esports, they're
Inantay
gonna
pa
lose
nilang
out on
mabuhay
the
si
game.
Kyrie.
So
Yan,
what
Lord.
can they do
Patay si
here?
Kyrie.
How can they win this?
Mauna
Do
yung
they
Ling,
split
oh.
up? Do
2
they just
seconds.
continue with this 5v5 or do they try look for trades?
They go for the same exact
Di
thing
pa
for
nila
right
kinuha
now,
yung
Marky
blue, no?
and
Parang
Molino
medyo ano
do
yung
not have the
BTR
clear fight.
dito, ah.
Unfortunately for them, Bigatron Alpha, they know that. They want to make sure that this Lord gets taken out right here, right now. He lays everyone, and without 5 members available...
1440 lalabas yung Lord sa top lane dadaan sa
There
ONIC.
is still a small window here where ONIC Esports can try and
Okay.
take advantage of the Purifies being on cooldown. But of course, Bigatron will wait for those battle spells to be up again before going for the next fight. So it's just so difficult, man. The Purify is literally what is shutting down ONIC Esports right now, because when you have an advantage,
Ang hirap pasukin ng
it's all
ano,
about
ng
ONIC
Bigetron.
Esports trying to force Bigatron Alpha into mistakes, right? But with the Purify, it just denies the possibility
9k
of
na si 1-1. Yaman ni
You
Marky,
know
oh.
something?
What?
Literally no towers from Bigatron.
Gap si Kyrie, 8-5 lang si Kyrie.
So far.
Pero makunat naman si Kyrie. Kumbaga, taga-salo lang ng damage din.
BTR, they're definitely still in this to win it. Even though they were dominated in game number 1, BTR are looking for a comeback victory here. Maybe possibly reverse sweeping. Whoa, Max
Uy.
jumps in there, picking up the base turret as it was very, very low. Now BTR look towards the mid lane. Boots able to zone for now.
Uy,
Now
set
the
up.
blast comes in though. He has the flicker. He doesn't pop it just yet.
Nag-ulti
Cold
agad
Ultra
yung
plays
Paramis.
able to bring Marky back onto the team. But Cold Ultra
Okay.
was popped in. Boots
Ling.
gonna make the draw, goes in,
Ling.
Cool
Patay si
down,
Chu.
Bailey connecting
Marky.
on the 3 members,
Up.
but Max is able to
Gagi,
dash away.
GG.
With his defiant blade, they
Lakas
go
nila
for
Marky,
the
ah.
ace and they force a third game in the series up against number 1 in the standings. The team that we thought was unbeatable have been taken to
Lakas
the
nila
third
Marky,
game.
ah. Lakas nila Marky,
All
fairness, ah.
about adjustments
Malakas
here
din yung
at
buffs nila
this point
Marky.
of MPL-ID season.